Hello everyone. In this video we are going to see how to write data to the binary files and how to read data from the binary files and some other example programs also. So for handling the binary files, first we have to import one module. The module name is pickle. So those are the load and dump functions. By using those functions we can write data and we can read data. So let us go further. So here pickle as p. I am giving alias name p for the module pickle. Now, the opening of the binary files are same as the text files. So OB equal to, here this is the object for the binary file. Now here I have to call the function open. Yeah, open. So within that you have to give the file name as the stud. You can give any name. So I'm giving it as the stud. And after that, so here you have to give the file mode. So for normal files, if you want to write data to the file, you have to give the mode as the W. But here we are handling with the binary files. That's why you have to give as the B. WB means write binary files. So this is the way you can open. And at the end, last line should be closing the file, ob.close. So in between these two lines, you have to write the rest of the logic. So now in this program, we are going to write some data to the binary file. So means, so here you can write data to binary file. Yeah. Now, for suppose there is some data here. In this data I have written hello, how are you? So this data is there. Now I want to write this data to the binary file. So for that what we have to do, there is one function is there dump, which is defined under the pickle module. By calling that function you can write. So p dot dump dump. So in that function, the very first parameter should be data. What are the data you want to write to the file? So the data should be the first parameter, and second parameter to the should be the file object. Means to which file object you are going to write the data. So I want to write the data to the stud file. So I am keeping here. So now after that we can keep some display message. If all the statements are executed successfully, next line will be executed. So you can keep a message data has written. You can keep some simple print statement. And now run this program. Program has been executed successfully without errors up to the last line. So now what will happen with the stud? If file is not there earlier, new blank file will be created. Within that file, this data will be written because I am opening the file in write mode. So if the file is already exists, then existing data will be removed and data will be added from the beginning. So all of you know about this concept. So now as usual, open the folder and look here, one stud file has been created at 11:20 just now. So within that file, data will be stored in the binary format. So now let us see whether data has been really written to that file or not. So here what we have to do, we have to write one more program. So now here we are writing another program for reading data from that binary file, because here data is already stored in the binary format. So now, so let us see how to do from. For reading the file also you have to create a file object. So by calling the open function. So with the whatever the same file name you have given at the time of writing, same file name should be given here because you are reading data from the same file. Now, so here you want to read data, that's why you have to give the mode as the R. And here you are reading data from binary files, that's why you have to write RB. So this is the way you can keep the things. Now, so you open the file successfully, OB is the file object. Now I want to read the data. For reading data from the binary file you have to call the function load. The function name is load, which is available in pickle module. So p dot load. So p is the alias name for pickle module. So in a load you have to give the file object name as the parameter. So here it can be kept in one variable data. So now data has been written. Whatever the data has been read from the load function, that will be stored in the variable data. So now after that you can print whatever the data you have read from the file, and at the end you have to close the file as usually. And now run this file, run this program. So it is showing that hello how are you, means whatever the data you have written from that file by using the dump function, same data has been read by using load function. So let us discuss some example programs on binary files. For suppose we have to write a program to read n students data from the user. After that, same data should be returned to the buyer. Now, so let us see how to do. Now, as usual, here first you have to import the module PICK as P. Now, so after that, so you have to create the file object by calling the open function. Here you have to decide the file name to which you want to write a data, and after that you have to give the file mode as the W, means write mode. So because you are going to write data to the file, so this is the binary file, that's why you have to keep B and close this one. Now, so after that, here point is that you have to read n students data, means that students data may contain student name, age and marks. Assume that I want to take, so here I am taking three things as the single unit. So for this you can go for the dictionary, means for one student one dictionary element you can take it, so it will be easier. Now here first you have to decide that for how many students data you are going to read. So n int input, you have to ask the user, so enter number of students. So for how many students you are going to write the data, so the here n should be taken. Now for n students you have to read data, so you have to run a loop for each student for k in range. Yeah, so a loop has been created for reading n records. Now you have to read one student at a time. So for storing the students data temporarily, you can create some empty dictionary here. So later on you can read data and you can store it in the dictionary. So now here first I want to read the student names. First I want to read the student name. So here for reading the data from the user, you have to call the input function. So enter student name. Instead of writing the enter, simply you can write the student name. Okay, yeah. Now, so after taking the name, and second thing should be the age. So age, for this also age is a number, so that's why I'm taking as the integer. So here you can give a label here. Yeah. Now, next I want to read the marks. So marks also should be int. I'm taking as the integer. So what if you want to take it as a float, you can take it. So input, and so here you can take marks. Yeah. So like this, assume that you read the data for one student from the user. Now whole data should be kept in the dictionary with some keys. So here dictionary. So for storing the name, I am giving the key as the name. So within that, you have to keep a value name. Now, so now I have to assign the second thing. For this, I am using the dictionary key as the age, and here I am storing the value age, whatever it is stored in this variable. So next, I have to assign the marks to the dictionary. So here I am creating the key marks, and so within that I have to give the marks marks. Yeah. So this is the way I can read the name, age and marks, and it can be stored in the dictionary. So after reading all the data for one student, so here this is the for loop, it is running for n number of students. So here what to do, you have to call the dump function p.dump. So in dump function, the very first parameter should be the data. So here data is stored in this dictionary stud. So here it is empty. After that, here I have added the data, and after that you have to give that for which file you want to write this data. So here file object is OD. Now, so after this one student data is completed. Now again k value will become 2. Again it reads the data. Now whatever the earlier data is there, that will be overwritten in this temporary dictionary variable. Now whatever the new data is there, that is also will be written. So like this, for n students data will be written to the file, because I kept all the things in a for loop. Now after finishing all the things, you can put a message. If all the statements are executed successfully, obviously it will come to the very next line. So print, you can write the message, and n students data has been written to file. So like this you can keep a message. Yeah. So after finishing that, as usual, you have to close the given file. Now, so let's run this program. How it is working? Let's see. So run. So here it asks me the number of students. I entered 5. Now first you have to enter the student name as Anil, age as 19, marks I entered 56. Now we have to enter for the second student, so Ravi, and 18, marks are 30. Now I have entered Varun, age is 17, marks 48. Now next student, Mahesh, and age is around 19, and marks are 69. Now final student, Tarun, now age is also 19, so he scored around 52. So here after entering all the 5 students data has been written to the file. So this is the way you can read n students data from the user, and same number of students data will be written to the file. Now, so let us see how to read all data from the binary file and display on the screen. Means right now we have written n students data to the file. Now same data should be read and display on the screen. So let us see how to do. So for this, just remove all the things up to here. Now as usual, here you have to create the file object. So here you have to give the file name as the stud. Now here you are reading the data, that's why I have to use the read mode. Because of binary file I have to keep tab. Now I have to read data. For reading data from the binary file, we have to call the function load. So data equal to pickle dot load. So within that you have to give the file object as the parameter. Yeah. So like this, I have to read the data. After that, you can print what are the data you read from the file. So let's run this program and check that. It read only one record. Anil, name is Anil, age is 19, marks are 56. Means one student's data has been read and that has been displayed. Now what if you want to display all students' data? Say as usual, you have to keep the while loop or for loop, anything. So if you know the number of students earlier, then it's easy. If you don't know the number of students earlier, so what you have to do? So let us see. For suppose here I'm keeping while. So how long I have to read the data? How long you have to read the data? That is a big issue. So assuming that initially I'm keeping this in while loop in infinite loop, I'm reading the data and displaying. So let us see. Because I don't know that number of records are available. So here it read the 5 students data. Whenever it tries to read the 6th student data, it will give you an error. Because here we are not sure that how many students data is there in the binary file. That is an issue. So for handling this type of runtime errors, we can go with exception handling with try and except. So in which statement there is a chance for an error? In this line, load. So whenever you are trying to load, if data is there, it will read. If data is not there, it will raise an error. So that's why this line should be kept in the try block. Means wherever there is a chance for an error, that line should be kept in the try. Now, so in case during whenever it is executing, in case if any error occurs, any runtime error occurs, then immediately it should go to the except, like if else. If the condition is false, it will go to the else block. Now, similarly, in a try block, if any error occurs, immediately it will go to the except. In that case, you have to break the loop. Simply break the loop means doesn't need to read the further because all data has been read. So if you run this one, now you can see that without any errors, only 5 students data has it. So here we read all data from the binary file and we are displaying. Now instead of that one, if you want to display the students based on some criteria, based on some condition. For suppose you want to display the students who got above 50 marks only. So for that how to do? So here we are reading one record at a time by using the load function. So here whole data is in the variable data. So now I want to display the data if the particular condition has been satisfied. For suppose I want to display program to display students whose marks are above 50. I want to display that. So for suppose in dictionary data, so one key is there, marks. So here student marks will be stored are greater than 50. So here I write if condition. If the particular condition is satisfied, then only print. Otherwise, don't simply. So now if you run the program, so here this program will display the three students whose marks are above 50. Now in case if you want to display the students details whose marks are below 50, then here you can keep less than symbol and you can run that one. Now, so here in case if they ask you to display the student whose name is Varun, so in that case what you have to do is, for suppose they ask you to display the student details whose name is Varun. So here you have to write the Varun in comparison. Now right. So here it is displaying the data of the Varun. So this is the way you can write some data to the binary file and you can read data from the binary file.